Hey, good morning. Welcome back to Mountain Creek Real Estate Group YouTube page and some videos. This is our third video that we're doing. And today we're doing a little bit different topic than we did the other day. We're going to talk about the schools, youth programs, and some of the things that are available here in the mountains. We moved up, like I said, in 2018 from Savannah, so it's drastically different from some of the bigger cities, some of the bigger areas, what they offer in this in the mountains here. One of the things we started with our kids, we have 3 kids, Liza, who's 11, Lucas, who's 9. There's Lucas. Say hi, Lucas.
Hey.
Okay. And Jacob, who's 5. So we started out doing homeschooling with them. We had all 3 of them going through homeschooling. We did co-ops where we met up with different groups, and we had different electives and stuff with that. And it went really well. And we did that up until Lucas, till going into 3rd grade, right? You went into 3rd grade.
Yeah.
And Lucas went into 3rd grade, and then we decided to do public school for all 3 of them. And we have Union County. So going into public school, it's a big change for us. Liza was going into 5th grade, Lucas was going into 3rd grade, and Jacob was going into preschool, which we had a different program. We'll talk about that maybe a little bit around here. But what we want to do now is, as we go for the walk, I'm going to look at my walk counter. Okay. And we're going to go for a walk, and we're going to talk with Lucas here. Lucas is going to answer some questions, and we're going to go through. So let's go for a walk, and let's go figure out what we got. Okay, Lucas, come on over here on this side so we can kind of see you at the same time. Okay, we're going to walk. So Lucas,
Yeah.
do you remember when we were we were talking about going from homeschooling to public school?
Yeah.
Remember how excited Eliza was for that opportunity?
Yeah, she was going crazy about it.
Yep. So how did you feel when we first decided that we were going to go from homeschooling to public schooling?
I was like, I didn't want to go because I didn't know, because I knew it was going to be almost all day.
Mm-hmm.
So that meant a lot more homework than at home school. So, and I didn't know all of the fun things that were going to be there, so I was kind of a little bit worried.
Yeah, I remember you guys were really worried about a lot of things. We're going to switch around so we get this side over here, because I like the woods over here. So I remember you were really worried about it, and one thing you were like, and one thing I was worried about was like I wasn't going to see my buddies, as much all day, because I work from home, and they're going to be going off early, so they had a lot of things. So we had all this stuff, and we had the first day of school. And do you remember the first day of school last year in 3rd grade?
Yeah.
What were you? How did you feel about that? Were you overwhelmed? Were you excited? Was it scary? Were you mad? What were you feeling then?
Well, when 3rd grade got dropped off, I didn't know where to go, so I just followed my sister Eliza.
Yep.
And she told me to just go to my class, but
Did you know where your class was?
I forgot.
Yeah, because it's all new, and it's like, and it was early in the morning. And one thing we didn't mention is that my wife Sarah, his mom, she's the bus driver. So first day of school, they're driving on the bus with her. She's learning. It was her first day doing like the skit, so it was all a bunch going on with it. But one thing that Union County Schools here does really well, which seems kind of crazy, is that they start on a Friday, so they get a test run day, and they go through that, and then they figure out what they got to fix. So and then when they come back on Monday, they can have a real start to the week and stuff, and they get rolling. And so one of your biggest fears is like you're gonna have a lot of work, you're not gonna know people and stuff like that, and it's just gonna be very, very grueling, and stuff. So how did it end up? Tell me about some of the good things about being 3rd grade that are different from homeschooling.
Well, first of all, I made a whole bunch of friends, and there is a lot of things you can do. Like, there are some school rules that might seem a little complicated, but it's really fun to be there.
So you met some friends How many friends do you think you had? I mean, we don't have to name names, but let's see. Because we just had your birthday in the summertime, and they all came, and we had like, I think it was like 15,000 kids came over. They were all Lucas's friends, but he had a great group of friends that he had. So, what about like the teachers? How were your teachers? We don't have to say the names, but how are your teachers?
They're really nice, and sometimes they like change the schedule up, and it's just really fun to be there.
Yeah, and we're going to go around here 5 times, so help me count, okay? Because we're going to go around here 5 times. So, your teachers listen, as a parent, they were super communicative. We knew exactly what was going on with Lucas and Eliza. School homework that they had was very minimal. They had to read 15 minutes a day, both of them. And then Eliza had like a math worksheet that she had time during school to finish up a lot of. And then if not, she had to finish at home. That was it for 5th grade and 3rd grade. So that was one of my biggest fears, that they're going to be like so much homework, but they didn't. And Lucas, do you like to read now?
Yes, it is very fun.
He reads a book a day, it seems like. We go to the library and he reads a book a day. That's one. Let's go, keep going. So that's one thing that's great. And you know, they started out, a lot of these kids started out, they take a math testing, and it's kind of basically a standardized testing for these kids, like to see where they place out on that. And, you know, our kids were we homeschooled them, but they weren't used to doing computer testing like that. And they went in, and the first time they took a test, they were, you know, not super high on there. I mean, we know they're smart, we know they understand stuff, but they didn't do well in the testing. But by the end, they exceeded all our expectations on the testing and did flying colors and just so good. And Eliza did great on she's like a math whiz, you know. Lucas reads books like a book a day. So it was a lot of really good benefits. And let me ask you this. Did you feel like you had a lot of time off? Like, remember how many days we went to school and how many, like it was like we had a 3-day weekend here, a 4-day weekend, fall break, Christmas break, you know, all the breaks. How was that?
It's a lot of breaks.
Yeah, we had a lot of breaks. And then what did we do during our Christmas break?
We spent time with all the family, and
What was the one big thing we did during Christmas break this year?
Disney World.
We went on a Disney World for 5 days, which is awesome to go during Christmas, but it's also very busy. But you know, we had lots of, that was 3?
Yeah.
Hey, we had lots of time off to do that. And Lucas plays soccer. Lucas, you want to tell us a little bit about how you like soccer?
It's a really fun sport, and I started when I was like 4 maybe, so I've been getting really better every single practice, but I'm an all-star now, so I'm moving up.
He's moving up. They call him, his nickname at school after a little while was called the chef because he cooks people. I don't know how that works. But I coach his team, and our other one, Jacob, he plays also. So we had that to deal with in the beginning of school year, was soccer 3 times a week, plus school, plus homework and stuff. And it was an adjustment because we were at a stay-at-home, family that weren't put on timetables like that. And now we get more of a time crunch. But I tell you, these kids thrived in that environment. And, Eliza did basketball later on. So we were always with something. Then we ended up with soccer. By the time we get to summer break the next year, we're ready for school. School starts here in another month. Are you excited for 4th grade?
Yes, I'm very excited.
Are you? Do you think Eliza's excited? She's going to middle school.
Well, she's going to a whole new building, and so am I, so.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. We get to the brand new building. So, a couple little notes that I want to make about this is that, whether you homeschool here, whether you do, I think that was 5, whether you do public school with your kids, whether you get involved with sports, whether you don't do much of anything and just want to be a homebody, this has a great program for young kids. We love the school system here. They are very attentive. They are we're going this way. they are very much involved in our kids' lives. I mean, some of the examples that they did was, first off, there's never really teacher openings in Union County School because the teachers stay the entire time, which is very unheard of for a lot of schools. They had one little thing that was just really touching that they did, that they sent out like notes halfway through, just like postcards to the kids that just said, hey, Lucas, you're such a, have a kind heart. You're doing great in school. We really love you. All this kind of stuff. They would have these personal touches all the time where they really let you know that they cared about your kid. Lucas has a hearing problem. So Lucas, can you tell him about your hearing problem?
Yeah, so when I was a little kid, I found a seashell. I was like 4 maybe.
I don't even know this story, so I'm hearing this for the first time, the seashell.
And then no, you know it.
Oh, I do?
And then I went over to my mom and I said, hey Mom, listen with your good ear. And she's like, your good ear? What do you mean? And I was like, the one you hear out of.
So we found out that Lucas has no hearing out of his right ear. We don't know when it started, but he had hearing aids that help him transfer one to the other, and he does really well with it. But that was a big obstacle in the school, and these teachers did all kinds of special accommodations for us, helped us out, really wanted Lucas to thrive in that environment, and he did, and he did awesome. And it's like the whole school system set up that individually caring about these kids, their success, their achievements, and how well they do. So I am going from one thing from homeschooling to public school. We love the school. We also love a lot of things about homeschooling. So basically that's kind of like all we wanted to talk about today, was just from the perspective of a future 4th grader, Mr. 9 years old, Lucas the Chef Brian. We wanted you guys to know, we approve of these schools up here, and this is a good one. So if you have any more questions about it, feel free to drop us comments. You can, reach out to us on Facebook. We got Twitter, we got Instagram, we got the YouTube channel, we got a website. It's mountainCreekRealEstateGroup.com. Or you can reach us at our number 706-744-3023. And we'd love to help you out with anything to do with real estate, help your move here to make it easier. But until then, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yep.
And we'll have Eliza, we'll ask her some questions about some things. But let me just show off God's beauty here. This is what we're blessed to live in and walk and be a part of every day. Some more of it. Just God's bounty. But hey, have a good one. God bless you.